Wait, what's this for?
What, he's just carrying us on his shoulders, yeah.
I didn't even know you're recording today.
He likes to believe that.
No, I think just for the sake of it, let's just like record a little clip just to like put some shit out there, and also Marcus, you get some cool content and hopefully get some good audio out of it.
Yeah. I mean, my Sigma energy is just protruding over this video.
Sigma energy, you know. Wow.
Yeah.
Such a Sigma. So what Omega energy.
Man said Omega. He said I am the end.
I am the Omega. PG gang.
I actually bumped that track in the gym too. Like that is my go-to.
Beta.
Beta. That is hurtful though. I don't understand people who say beta though. It's just like
what's his name? That like black conservative dude. What's his name?
Beta.
Jesse P.
Yeah. Beta. Wait, like he sounds like he's having like palpitations while he's like, beta.
I can't take that dude seriously at all. Not even the slightest.
He's rude though. The way he says things is very is very rude.
He's like, "Oh, you hold your woman's hand."
Beta.
Beta.
Wait, she can talk when you're talking? Beta.
Nah, it's so bad. Well, I feel like that's what this whole like alpha male trope is about. It's like just controlling people, isn't it? I feel like that's what it is. It's just
it's about asserting your dominance.
You know, I think that's what
it's supposed to be.
No, I wouldn't say that. I think. Well, what you said, yes, but in terms of what you were saying, I think in terms of about controlling people, I don't think it's that. I think that's what people believe it is, due to, I guess, how maybe people see it from the outside in. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to all this alpha, beta, sigma, gamma stuff, you can tell. You can even tell who's an alpha female based on how if they get into the club for free. It's like, all right, fair enough.
I wouldn't even say that's even alpha trait. I just think that's just the trait. What it's just if you're that attractive to get into a club for free, that's something that like the club wants pretty people to come to the club. They want pretty women to come so that drunk niggas can spend their money trying to get with these girls.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's I don't know, man. I feel like
I don't believe that has anything to do with alpha or beta.
No, I think you're right.
I feel like with the actual like what I'm saying with like the whole alpha like hang on. Yeah, hang on. Oh, can you not hear that in the background?
Just a little tapping, but what is it?
Oh, calm. No, that's fine.
Oh,
it's fine. Then I'll just carry on. Yeah, no, I was just saying that I feel like with the whole alpha male thing, what I meant by it is kind of like controlling people around you. I feel like it's a little bit like it's born out of insecurity more than anything, right? I feel like if you feel the need to say to anyone that I'm dominant, I'm alpha,
I'm top dog, like okay.
I feel like you're a little bit like, who are you trying to convince in this situation?
At that point, it's like you're not secure in your own self.
Like let's say if we're doing a project or something, we're like, oh, you know what, we're gonna crack this out, bro. It's gonna be fine. It's like Kevin Hart when he's like, it's gonna be fine. It's like, who are you really trying to convince here?
I think the reason why it's weird to see is because if it was the case, it would need to be said. It's the equivalent to Rihanna going on the streets of Harlem and being like, I'm a millionaire. I'm a billionaire, in fact. Okay. I'm rich. Just know that I'm rich.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, I think there's different behaviors that people do that reaffirm it, right? So like you don't see Bill Gates doing, like, I love those memes. That shows Bill Gates $12 t-shirt, $10 belt, $15 trousers, and he's a billionaire. And then this other guy, he's wearing, $100 belt, $50, $1,000, yeah, exactly, $1,000 t-shirt, and yet he's got like negative 300 in his account. And I'm like, I hate those memes. Like, again, I hate those kinds of memes. But like, I feel like it's my point is these behaviors that people do when they are something, versus when they're trying to be something but they're not, kind of give it away.
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to say. Kind of give it away. So like with alphas, I would say, just to actually make my point like in a more coherent way. It's been a long fucking day. I feel like there are things that, so I don't actually believe in the whole alpha beta thing. I don't think that that's a thing that actually exists. I think even the guy who came up with it about wolves, I think it was something like only wolves in captivity have these kinds of traits. Wolves in the wild don't do this shit, right? So like the whole trope of alpha wolves and that, it's not even true. And I think the reason what I'm trying to say is I think there's behaviors that these guys do, these alpha male dudes do, that's again very toxic, very born out of insecurity, that give away that they're not actually what they're saying they are, right? You will be able to tell who's, I feel like when we're talking about who's alpha, I feel like what we're really talking about is who's confident and secure with themselves. And those people don't need to like, if someone's constantly telling you I'm secure, you're gonna just start thinking, are you though? Are you really? Sorry, Ozzy, what were you gonna ask?
Nah, I was to be honest, I was gonna be petty and set up a joke.
Go.
So I'm glad.
Go for it.
No one's passed.
No, but I totally get what you're saying. It's like the idea of saying that, oh yeah, you have to be alpha, and the way you do it is through the most toxic and like horrible way ever, like belittling people or being misogynist to women or disrespecting people just to say like, yeah, I am the dominant. That shit don't make no sense. That shit don't make you cool. That shit don't make you like top dog. That make you a loser.
It doesn't? The internet's a lie.
Ozzy's like, I have to apologize to so many people.
Well, I didn't think anything on the internet would be untrue.
So many bridges you've done burnt.
You want me to do what for that much money?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not gonna work. Fuck you.
What's crazy is I feel like most of these people who like scream out their alpha behind closed doors, they're little like give them 1-to-1 with their girl. They're not like that at all.
Bro, with their mums.
Oh yeah.
You're not gonna talk like that when your mum's in the room.
That's one thing I never understood. Is like, how can you
but to be honest, if they did, I wouldn't think they were alpha. I think they were psychopath.
Yeah.
Like if they're just like, "Hey, you mom," I'm like, "Whoa."
That's the woman that done birthed you.
Yo, so imagine what you can do to me if you get angry. I'm not trying to be around you.
Nah, like this is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's inevitable. We're gonna have to bring him up, but Heartbreak Nino, we're gonna have to. We're gonna have to bring the guy who is there, like all these people walking around and talking like you're queen. You ain't queen. You ain't no queen.
Oh, is it that little midget dude?
You're not my mother. You know, like that guy.
To be honest, I didn't know he had a name. I just thought it was a viral TikTok.
No. His TikTok profile was Heartbreak Nino. He's like a rapper dude or whatever, and he makes all these videos. And like literally, all of his TikTok was pretty much filled with all this shit about women. And it was hilarious because people just tore into him. It was to the point, and this is what I'm saying about alphas and that. If the dude was dominant, he wouldn't have posted up a picture of his driving license showing that he's 5'9".
I'm taller than you, dude.
I'm tall. Like, bro, it's not that deep. If you were genuine, if you were quote unquote an alpha, you could take that L. I feel like that's alpha behavior, being able to take an L, right? Like everyone should be able to take an L and keep it going.
In this day and age, it's only an L if you accept it's an L. Just look at Donald Trump. People like, I didn't lose the election.
You can literally fight to Congress.
It's only an L if you accept it.
Yeah.
Securing the bag, come on. It's only poverty if I accept it, bro.
100%.
I don't know, man.
I'm just on a prolonged financial fast.
This is what I'm saying. I don't know, man.
I'll be collecting tithings now by the end of the podcast.
This is what I'm saying, right? Like, it's just at this point, it's just delusion, isn't it? Like, I feel like, I'm sorry, but like, you didn't need to say all this shit for what though? That's what.
In the end, it gets you nothing. It gets you in a point. It gets you internet points with other dudes. Like, you know what I mean? Like when you start saying things like that no one agrees with, and it's kind of like rude to the other sex, I don't think they will like you very much.
It is actually. To be honest, I'll be honest with you. Okay, with the mindset bros topic, I wasn't sure what angle you wanted to come at the conversation with. Is it like also there's different mindset bros?
So we're not doing mindset bros today.
Okay.
We're gonna because I think this is just gonna be like a quick little clip to throw out there.
Okay.
Let me get used to the platform. Give Marcus some. I'm hoping some crisp audio just to use for himself as well. And also, I ain't spoken to you, man, in a while. I miss you, man.
Yeah, sure.
Actually, just keep it holding. Let's just talk.
Alpha, so I'm not gonna
say it.
I'm gonna. I can't do it because the baby's asleep, so I can't do
that. Do you know what? That's.
Man, I swear to God, if he just starts waking up and just starts shouting beta, that would be hilarious. He's not even forming full sentences yet. So
that's the first one. And he shouts at you.
Or the worst thing is you do something beta and you just go. It just looks at you and goes.
No, he goes.
Beta. Can you imagine? Are you gonna say mama? Are you gonna say mama?
Beta music.
Beta. It's like the deep voice of beta.
Well,
or like my father.
Actually, I want to know. Have you guys seen that latest Abba and Preach video?
Which one?
Which one?
It's the one about how more men are
quitting college.
Quitting college.
Yeah. I saw that.
How more men are what?
Are quitting college, dropping out of college, not trying to go to university, all that stuff. And obviously, I feel like what will happen is there's a short term and long term effect. I think in the short term, it will lead to more and more women. Well, that's already happening now, but more and more women earning more than the potential males they would like to date and stuff like that, and that will change the dynamics. But I don't know why. I just have this hunch that it will be a moving goalpost because, in terms of from a woman's perspective, because I just feel like these guys that aren't going to be in university are just going to form their own industry or outside.
Like, I 100% agree.
And then there'll be like a pay gap there that isn't equalized by university, and then it's going to be like, what the hell?
Yeah, because in the end, they got to pay that debt back.
It's like we see, you're creating a pay gap by not allowing us to go to what's it called, university. We go to university and then you create a separate one. Like, what the hell's going on here?
Balanced. We need Thanos.
the pendulum swings
as all things should be.
This is the thing. I think that's just capitalism. Sorry.
It is.
You know what? You usually go to that, and for once, I don't disagree.
Because I don't know why. I just feel like an increase of people not going to university means that there's going to be a lot of people just out and about in everyday jobs and life.
I think there's an issue with the way we see university. That's not me saying that university doesn't bring value. Of course it does, 100%. And I think people try and put less value on university than it actually does. But I think there's an issue with the way we view university in the sense that I feel like we view it as a commodity, right? We view it as a checkbox. Yeah. Universities throughout history, throughout time, throughout the existence of society have been to improve society, have been to further a certain field, right? Certain vocations, I feel like you don't need to go to university to do them, but because the market's so competitive, you have to do it.
You have to do it
just to have all this experience. Exactly. And I'm there like, look, I know bare mandem who work in the role that I work in IT. They didn't go to university. They do this job. They do this job better than I ever could.
That's me.
But I am given way more opportunities than they ever will just because I have this thing. just because I have a degree, right? And I feel like we shouldn't. I don't know. I feel like the quote unquote value of people, the monetary value of people, should be on the work that they do, but not on the way society kind of. I don't know. Like when people say, "Oh, society dictates the value," but then think about it this way: if every Starbucks worker, if every coffee shop worker was to go on strike today, what kind of mayhem would ensue? Right? People don't like that shit.
I mean, everyone will just fall asleep.
Exactly. If all the dustbin men, like we saw in New York, the dustbin men go on strike, within a week there's a state of emergency declared, right? I'm sure there are certain professions out there where if people were to go on strike in those professions, we on the common level of society would not feel those effects. And those are usually the jobs that are the more higher paying ones anyway. So I don't know. I feel like this pay gap thing that comes with like not going to university, for example, I feel like there's another way to deal with that rather than just pumping people into university, into something that they don't necessarily would benefit from. I don't think we should gatekeep university in that. I think if people want to go to it, they should.
It should be affordable at that.
100%. Yeah.
And I think be something where you're going in there not knowing that you might not like it, dropping out, and then having accrued this amount, like ridiculous amount of debts. It's totally not fair to put on the pressure of an 18-year-old as well.
I think it's Joe Rogan, and I know we like he's pretty toxic. He has some some bad views in that, but I think he does make a good point when he says
he's toxic. What do you mean?
Yeah. Like a lot of people say this about Joe Rogan. I
don't know. I don't know.
He's a dude that likes meat and fighting.
What's wrong with that?
There have been certain things that he's done. I'm pretty sure he's done certain things, and he's had certain conversations.
Time for this anyway.
Yeah, and it's like that would be a whole other conversation. But like, I think it'd be better to have that conversation properly. But my point was going to be, he said, you're not even a fully formed human being at the age of 18. Your brain's not fully developed.
Oh, trust me.
You're then expected to make this decision that's going to affect you for the rest of your fucking life.
Trust me, that debt's going to hold tea.
I mean, hold on. You can't use that argument for university because coitus is the same and people do that at that time as well.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But here, hang on.
More so than university, to be honest. Like,
not necessarily.
People make life-changing decisions at 18.
If you think about it this way. Think about it this way.
Before I start.
Yeah, we should probably teach kids that, and let's talk about 18-year-olds as kids. We might see them as adults, but that's just been like an arbitrary thing. They're fucking children, right?
I remember when I was 18.
No. I'm saying there are 18-year-olds that know what's going on. They're savvy, and I'm saying the vast majority of them are not that. I'm saying the vast majority of them are idiots. Because why? I was an idiot back then.
I don't trust.
Everyone's a fucking idiot.
Everyone, yeah. If you say you're a genius at the age of 18,
speak for yourself.
I'm sorry. There are people out there.
I'm sorry, Reed Richards.
Idiots.
I mean, I watched some Jimmy Neutron.
My point was going to be this. My point was going to be
blast.
Sorry. No. It's fine. My point was going to be, I feel like you can definitely have sex without those lifelong conditions and consequences. You definitely can't go to university without those lifelong consequences.
I think you can. I mean, it's both, right? Like, you need to protect yourself during coitus as well as in university. So don't do a course
that will fuck you in the ass.
But this is a thing. You may not be given the option to do the course that you want to do because, hey, look, there's not enough spaces and no other university is doing this course.
Take a gap year. Figure something out.
But like
he's being
he's being a troll. But like my point
he's being the devil's advocate.
Yeah, a devil's. So he's advocating for the devil.
Yeah.
Yo, all sides got to be represented. It's a safe space.
Safe space for the devil.
I've heard some people say he didn't do anything wrong, but
I mean, to be honest, all he did is really just offer the apple to Eve. That's it. Like, it just went like literally humanity did everything else from there. My man offered a fruit, and that was the butterfly effect to war, famine, politics.
He's like, how's that peach? Is it good? Yeah.
That peach kind of nice.
Look, that there is an apple.
Gee,
you should go look at that.
Someone actually told me that we just say it's an apple, but there's actually no mention of what fruit it was.
No, there wasn't. It was just a fruit.
I feel like that's and this is a mad digression, but this is what happens with like all kinds of like lore and stories and and just spiritual things as well. Like that, you just see that all the time.
I mean, it's also said that the Adam's apple is also that's the reason why we call the thing on our little throat the Adam's apple.
But I don't understand why we get why if using that logic. Why do they call? Why would you then say it?
I want to say that it's because at the time when Adam was actually swallowing it, he was mid gulp.
I mean, it could be that, but it's like, does that mean Adam took a bigger bite than Eve? Because Eve
that nigga hungry, I guess.
He got a recommendation. She's like, "Oh, this is good. All right, cool."
She said 5 stars. Michelin.
No, but that's like. Sorry, this is where I get toxic.
It's all right. I love toxic here. It's better.
I'm sorry, but do you know how much of a pagan you must be to understand? And like, after eating the apple, you have knowledge, right? So at the point you've taken the bite, you understand all the consequences. You know what's going on.
And then she said, "Bet."
And you were like, "No,
I'm not going alone."
Here you go. That's like taking a sip of poison and being like, "Oh, this is poison."
That's human nature. I'm sorry, that's human nature. We were once me, Dan, Prab, and Marcus were going to freaking Nando's. Marcus takes a wrong turn and refuses to quote unquote double back on himself 5 meters.
I refuse.
And this is the thing. Dan probably like, it's not that deep. I'm like, I refuse. I'm going straight to Nando's. Why are we going to take a 10-minute detour just because Marcus is too much of a weirdo to back 5 meters? It's not even a circle. You could walk backwards.
We did a circle, bro. It made no sense. We could have just gone.
You took the wrong turn. We took a circle because of you. If you literally just went backwards facing the same way, if you just walked backwards for 2 seconds, it would have been fine.
I don't want to.
And this is what I'm saying.
You don't pay my
you go. There's the.
You don't pay my bills. I'll walk wherever the fuck I want. Damned if I be late. Damned if I be early.
It was funny to me because it was just Dan and Prab just looking at me like he's way more stubborn than you. So like we're just gonna go with what he's gonna do because we know you're just gonna do it as well because fuck. Why the fuck did we do that? But nah, I can't even remember what we were talking about. But
I thought it'd be.
We went from Nando's to Forbidden Fruit. Going backwards.
Yeah.
Nando's, Forbidden Fruit. And then we talked about that glitch from Mankind because I was saying all the devil, you advocating for the devil. And I was like,
So we were talking about university and that.
Yes.
And,
so hold on.
University makes sense.
Can you guys appreciate the memory? My man walked you back seamlessly.
Yeah.
Unlike
Marcus, he didn't walk back. Yeah. You're probably gonna have to
actually, they just made you uncomfortable, Marcus, because you walked back mentally right now with us.
Exactly. How do you feel?
That's the annoying. I can see it.
This is bullshit.
Oh, and the worst thing is you were back before you realized. You're like, no, I want to be back in the apples.
Can we go back to the present, please? Now.
Lovely.
Man.
That was lovely. I think that's a great place to leave it. Nah, but that is. I don't know, man. I think going back to the whole alpha stuff because obviously we're not even discussing it properly. Like we're just
like
it'd be like that. Though.
Yeah, this is not.
There's not much. There's not. No. I think your laugh. Your laugh alone is the best thing to use. that laugh there was just amazing.
Because I could just, I could see it processing in his face.
I'm downloading it. You can see me. I was struggling to find. I was thinking, how do I delete Google? that's the first thing. How do I delete this podcast?
He's like, I'm gonna nuke the internet.
Yeah, I need to get rid of this evidence. I backtracked to myself. I have now become a hypocrite.
No, your mind and body are separate. You don't like to backtrack in terms of your body. Your mind, you can go back on your thought.
No, I don't want to. That means I'm backtracking on my ideals.
Your ideals are only ever going forward.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like a shark that way.
Wait, sharks go back? You
No,
need
they
to tell
don't.
me. No, if you were behind the shark and they was hungry.
Sharks can only swim forward. If they move back, they die.
No, not backwards like that. But
That's what I meant. But that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I know what I'm talking about. I know my reference.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I didn't come on this podcast to be bullied.
I mean, to be honest, I've never seen a fish swim backwards, so I always imagined the shark would just.
All right, cool. Back to the subject at hand.
All right.
I feel like that there is I feel a level of sympathy and almost empathy for these people who find solidarity with people who do say this shit, people who talk about and it's always the same. It's always about women and it's always about sex, right? Those are the two things that they care about the most. It's not
like
about
the focal point.
Exactly.
Yep.
Working out, being healthy, secondary.
How much pussy
having a good how much you earn, how good a job you have, secondary.
How mentally stable are you?
Exactly. Like how are you dealing with your issues? Are you seeking therapy? Secondary.
The third season of Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer.
There you go. Like it's just it makes. It makes me kind of sad because I think, and usually I feel like it's people who are missing something but don't know where to get that help from. And because the internet is set up the way it is, there's no real checks and balances. There's no regulation on this. Anyone can put shit out there. And then as a consequence of that, anyone in any frame of mind can find that shit and then take it on board in a certain way.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like what I've found, like with these people who are all about being alpha number one. It's like their drive. It comes like you said, it comes from a place where it looks like it's from emptiness. It's like they're trying to fill something or trying to make themselves feel like they are like in control. But like even like I've been reading a lot, so the world is a crazy place. Yeah, it'd be like that. The world's a crazy place, and there's things you can't control, and I think that is what a lot of these alpha and sigma males see, and they try to control it, I guess.
No, that's true. I think you know what it is. I think it is. I think in part it's to do with how dating and relationships has changed so much. That's why, and also because you've got two complementary forces at work here, and it's causing this perfect storm of people that are seeking out a way to make sense of the world. So you've got the hypersexualization of society in terms of everything else. Like you can't have a major series without a sex scene or something you've seen, and it's like although to not sound like a prude, it has been like that in the past. The needle is being pushed forward. Like for instance, people compared the Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion WAP video to things of the past, like
Bro, do you remember all of that?
sorry, like I don't know, symposiums in ancient Athens, and that great society that everybody says is
no one knows
the
about
fathers
that.
of modern
the
democracy.
volunteering.
People idolize. They
You
literally say
Well,
this
the
is
man-
where this is
Well, the
where
orgies
this
that
is where
used to
sorry
happen.
no this is where Western civilization comes from the ancient Greeks, right? You top dog himself, Jordan Peterson, will say shit like this, right? And let's just admit, those guys were having sex left, right, and center.
Yeah.
Usually were married,
And
usually with kids,
don't
usually in parties that
forget boys.
exactly, usually in parties that they didn't even allow their married partners to partake in, right? They'd have rooms separated, and the women of the house were not allowed in it, and they would just have orgies, bro. And then you're telling me that
Alpha.
exactly, is this a new thing that society's become hypersexualized? I just feel like I think it's peaks and troughs. I think it's peaks and troughs. And I think what it is you got counteractionary forces, and then when they meet, they kind of overcorrect at certain things. So, like, for example, just to give you an example, explain to me. So, all right, an example of this is how you use the word prude. I'd say sexually conservative, socially conservative Indian people are. When I say Indian people, I mean people from the region of the subcontinent of India, right? So I'm talking Pakistan, Kashmir, all of those different areas. They are very, very socially conservative, to the point where many people say that they literally recently there's been a song that came out. It was about people with OnlyFans, and it was seen as shaming people with OnlyFans, and loads of people are defending this song. And I won't go into too much detail about it because I don't know that much about it. I don't fully understand the song. I've just been speaking to people and seeing the discourse. But in the discourse, very, very common thing that's being said is that because of the hypersexualization of women, because of the sexual freedom that women exhibit on platforms like OnlyFans, for example, is the reason why these attacks, assaults, and deviations happen. Right? That's what people are actually saying. And I'm not saying these are crazy people from the fringes of society. These are people in my life, people I speak to on a daily basis. These are people I know, right? I know they're not crazy, yet they say shit like this. And I think that's because
they are crazy.
I think it's because, and I'm not gonna lie, I genuinely believe it's an impact of colonialism, because before colonialism, I'm not saying that this social conservatism is something that's new. I think the concepts of modesty, for example, they've existed for a long time, but I think they're very, very highly influenced by not only the British religion, Christianity, the British version of it, I'm saying the Anglican version of Christianity, but also the British culture, right? At the time, at the time in Victorian Britain, you wouldn't really see women with their stomachs out, right? But look at saris, look at Indian fashion. In hot countries, people aren't dressed head to toe, right? People wear loincloths and shit still, right? To this day, people will still wear that shit. And it's because it's just too fucking hot to wear anything. You can't get anything done out there. Bro, that you wear that suit, it becomes part of your skin just by through the sweat fusing it to your skin.
If you're not gonna pass out beforehand.
Exactly, right? And my point is, to like culminate the point, how is it that the same country, the same region of the world that gave us the Kama Sutra, which is seen as this very liberating text from thousands of years ago, is the same country that's deemed by many different sources and websites to be the most dangerous place in the world for women? Right? So I'm just saying, in response to the hypersexualization, for example, I'm just saying I don't personally think that's the issue. I don't think comparing Cardi B to some great quote unquote cultural freaking thing that happened in the past is that much of a terrible thing, because at the end of it, culture's not stagnant. It changes, it shifts. We're gonna see peaks and troughs of this stuff, and it's just gonna keep happening.
I don't know.
I mean, I put how can I put it? I want to put like a few of those different things because, for one, in all those societies, you have to understand that, well, or the societies of old, you have to understand that the ability to do something like that was for the, I guess, elite and the people they managed to, well, I wouldn't say is caught the right word. Basically, describe boys they would have next to them.
Coitus.
No, not even that. In terms of like, I'm trying to find a word to describe that group of people that aren't elite but are engaging in a lifestyle. So basically, the main point is when you think of histories of all that stuff, I'll focus more on what you said about ancient Greeks and stuff like that. It wasn't commonplace because it couldn't be, right? Like, not everyone was rich enough to have these.
If I'm not wrong, in Athens, a lot of so it would have been more for the things of the people in the Senate. And when I say people in the Senate, that's men, and it's usually men over the age of, if I'm remembering correctly from school when I learned this shit, obviously I'm not 100% an expert. It was men over the age of 30, men who held resources like shops and land and stuff. They weren't slaves. They would be, I would say, lower middle class. If we're going to make a comparison to our culture, I would say they'd be in the top maybe 40% of people. So a significant chunk of the society, most